Hey guys. I've only talked about movies on this channel, but if you have looked at the channel description, um, it is a channel where I want to cover various types of media, and one of those is almost, definitely books. Unfortunately, and I've learned this over this past several years, I'm a very underread person. I didn't really have to try in school, and so um, I kind of just skirted by and was able to skim books and not really give full effort. And so, to the degree that I'm even read to a high school level is suspect. When people talk about having to read Lord of the Flies or, um, I don't know, 1984, Huckleberry Finn, these sorts of works that they read when they were in high school, I have to always say, like, well, I haven't actually read those. I've only ever really skimmed them, or I've only ever been in class and discussed them, right? Because I was always taking shortcuts and getting out of having to read. And I hate that about my time in education, in my schooling career. But obviously I can't change that. And so as an adult, I've been consistently disappointed with how little I've actually read. And of course the answer to that is, well, just read. Which I've found is easier said than done for someone like myself, who grew up in this technological age where there's distractions at every corner and things constantly assaulting my attention. And so I figured maybe some structure would be good, right? Something akin to a class environment, but not quite as stringent. And so I've decided that I'm going to go through the Harvard Classics, which is a 50-volume set of books compiled by Charles W. Eliot and William Nielsen, who both were, Charles W. Eliot. Sorry if I said a wrong name before, I don't remember what I said. But Charles W. Eliot and William A. Nielsen, who both were teachers and staff members at Harvard University at the time. In fact, Charles Eliot was the president of Harvard University at the time. In fact, was the longest serving president at that time, at the very least, and had been responsible for the large shift from Harvard being a sort of provincial college to, a liberal university or a academic institution as we know it today. And he had long touted, I think in private conversation, but somehow this became sort of a running reference, that a man, if he had a 5-foot bookshelf, could on that bookshelf contain the works necessary to attain a liberal education on his own time. So there was this publisher, I think it was P.F. Collier and Son, came along and said, "Hey, make good on your claim." They saw it as a sort of financial opportunity. Obviously, if he did select these volumes, it would have a lot of cachet as his being the president of this major university. And so he did. In 1909, they published the first 25 volumes of this series, and then in 1910, the second 25. And together, it's, like I said, 50 volumes, each volume containing topically or geographically or sorted material, not sordid, but sorted material, covering effectively the entire of civilization as we know it through literature, at least up until the 20th century, the beginning of the 20th century. And so it includes poetry, plays, essays, biographies, everything, all manner of literature, and from all regions, Greece, Rome, France, Germany, Spain, the Americas, England, China, Japan, things like that. And so it's effectively, the attempt is gathering a set of volumes of work that can give a man or woman a liberal education. And Eliot's claim was that even with diligent study, even if you just give this set of works 15 minutes a day, right, and work your way through them however you please, you can attain that. And so after I've been reading a little bit more about the collection, it's got me really excited. And so I think what I'm going to do is start a series where I at least read 15 minutes a day of this collection, and then post a 3 to 5-ish minute response video. I don't want to belabor my points too much, especially if I'm going to be making so many videos. I'm no Steve Donahue. And I certainly am not as well-spoken as him, or able to just ramble on in the best way as him. I'm already losing a lot of words as I try to construct these sentences live here. But yeah, I want to kind of do that and have that be my version of accountability for reading these works and working my way through them, and hopefully building my understanding of the literary body as it existed as of 1910. So hopefully it'll give me a better contextualization of literature in its various forms, also in its various subject matters, and its various regionalities and geographies. And then hopefully that can also benefit my other reading, because I do want this to come alongside other reading. I don't want this to be all of my reading. If it was, it would take, and first of all, it's going to take me forever to work through these volumes. But you know, I'm still reading other things. I'm currently reading Red Harvest by Dashiell Hammett, and I'm actually currently in the middle of Huckleberry Finn by currently in the middle of Tom Sawyer by Mark Twain, Adventures of Tom Sawyer. And I'm also reading, you know, a Harry Dresden Files book from Jim Butcher, and a couple of other things too. So I need to finish those, and I do hope to talk about them on this channel, but all the while I'm going to be doing kind of this slow work through of these volumes. I still don't know how I'm going to approach them. I don't know if I'm going to do it purely chronologically, or chronologically within a subject, or chronologically within a medium, whether that be, you know, plays or poetry, whatever. Or maybe I just take it, you know, in publishing order effectively, where I just go from volume 1 to volume 50. I don't know if that's recommended. I was reading a little bit of Eliot's introduction, where he mentions that, you know, a couple of different approaches that someone might take, but he also readily admits that there's no best way. So, you know, kind of do it however seems to make sense. So if anyone has any advice on how I should approach it, let me know. But I'm gonna start tomorrow, and then hopefully keep it going for as long as I can and see what I learn. I'm excited for just myself, even if no one watches this, to have a video diary of my journey through these works, because these are some of the most foundational texts that exist, and hopefully at the end of it, whenever that is, I will be a more well-rounded person and a more well-read person, because I'm absolutely not well-read as things stand. So yeah, this is just a bit of an introduction video. I had written some notes about the background of the books themselves, but I don't know that that's that interesting or important. You can look up the Harvard Classics and get all the information I did. So I'll cut that out. But the rest of the videos, the response videos to the rest of this series, will be hopefully a maximum of 4 to 5 minutes. I want to try to have that as a challenge to keep my brevity up to snuff. So follow me along on this journey if you want to. It's going to be a lot of fun. I may even release the first video in the series today, depending on if I decide where I'm going to start in all this. So, thanks.